The Muppets were a mix between a puppet, which is controlled by a human's hand, and a marionette, which is controlled by strings. Jim Henson, a man who dedicated his life to working in television, created these Muppets. In his life, he created over 2,000 Muppets. His favorite Muppet by far was Kermit. He performed Kermit until the day he died. He and Kermit had a special connection. Henson once said that Kermit was literally my right hand. Kermit was the star of almost all the Muppet movies and was the host for The Muppet Show. Jim used common household items to create his Muppets. He created Kermit using his mother's old coat and 2 ping-pong ball halves for eyes, and then he sewed it all together. Muppets are made with different types of foam and covered with fur or fleece. Ralph the dog, Fozzie Bear, and Animal are just a few examples. The first show that Jim was on and that he helped produce was called Sam and Friends. It was a 5-minute long piece that aired every night at 11 p.m. in 1955. Sam and Friends was where Jim first used and created Kermit. The other main characters, Sam, was made to be more human-like. Jim did the show with a woman named Jane Neville, which he would marry in 1959. Sesame Street was another show that Jim created. He wanted to make a children's show with the Muppets that he made. The show won many awards for being the most educational kids' television show. Jim started making the show in 1969, and new episodes are still being made today. In fact, they are on their 45th season. The Muppet Show aired from 1976 to 1981. They had many guest stars, including Julie Andrews, Johnny Cash, Vincent Price, and even Alice Cooper. Everyone of all ages loved The Muppet Show. Within a year of airing, the show was the biggest act in England where it was filmed. 2 years after airing, it would become huge in America. In its peak, it would have over 250 million views, adults and children, in over 100 countries. The show won Emmys in Outstanding Videotape Editing for a series and Outstanding Comedy Variety for a music program. The Muppet Show won many more awards, but those are just some. Jim stopped The Muppet Show in 1981 to focus on making Muppet movies. The first one he produced was The Muppet Movie in 1979, The Great Muppet Caper in 1981, and The Muppets Take Manhattan in 1984. The 3 Muppet movies that Jim made all did well in the box offices. Jim created the movies because he loved to take on new challenges, and he felt that after the success of The Muppet Show, a movie was the next step. Jim only created these 3 Muppet movies, but when he passed away in 1990, he sold his company to Disney, which would continue making Muppet movies, like The Muppet Christmas Carol in 1992, Muppet Treasure Island in 1996, The Muppet Movies in 2011, and most recently, The Muppets Most Wanted, which is a sequel to the 2011 movie, and was made in 2014. These are just a few of the movies made, but Disney continued the legacy for Jim Henson and kept the Muppets alive.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?